Hello, my name is Kehinde Adegoke, otherwise known as Kenny Crown. I'm a writer, host, speaker, librarian, and intentional lifestyle coach. And you are welcome to Monday Motivation. On this platform, we motivate, inspire you, liberating you from just living into intentional living. If this is your first time being on this platform, please do not hesitate to like, subscribe, share this good news with somebody that needs to hear the word that we are going to be sharing today, or a previous video and subsequent videos. We have just added some crowns to our crown to the glory of God. I spoke briefly about it last week. Previously, we had intentional living and the journey from limited to limitless, but now we have 3 more that we have been able to add to that by the grace of God. Now we have encounter, and we have intentional decrees and declarations, and we also have a children's book called I Know Who I Am, and also intentional journal. So you want to head straight to Amazon and begin to purchase your copy, because this book will transform your life. And maybe one of these days I might just come and just speak a little bit about one of the book, or maybe revelations about the book, or why I got to write the book by grace. So what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about the path. You may be wondering, why is she talking about the path? But for every destination that we are going in life, we need a path. We all know that we're wrapping up the year and we're going forth into year 2023. But it is very essential that we speak about the path, or pathway, whatever that you may want to call it, but something that gives you a direction to where you're going, direction to your goal, to your achievement, to your purpose, that road that you have to ply through to be able to get to something, a course or an actions or a way of achieving a specific results that you may have. So all of this, they are paths. I was privileged to speak to somebody during the course of this week, and we were just talking about purpose, and these two individuals, they began to speak, and at some point I asked, so what are the actions, what are those things that you need to get you the goal that you desire, or that dream that you've had and you're so passionate and you just can't wait for it to come to reality? What is the path that you want to go through to be able to get what you want? One of them spoke and said, I can do anything to make sure that this progresses. I can do this, I can do that, I can do all of that. And I began to ask, like, what can you just break it down and tell me, what can you do to get that? And he said, even if I have to steal, if I have to borrow, if I have to do this, I need to get myself enrolled in a particular thing and all of that. And then I asked the second person, what are you willing to give to your goal? And this second person, after a deep breath, said, I am going to use the material and the resources that I have at this present moment to take me closer to where I am going to be. And when I get closer, whatever I'm able to get in that moment, I will also gather it together and also use it to empower myself till I'm able to achieve that goal. And then I look at the both of them. It is something that is happening in the world today. Many of us are asking, how come have I not been able to achieve all that I need to achieve? But the path at which you're going through that thing could be a path of destruction, because somebody else went through that particular path does not mean that that path will help you or will aid you to the destination or to the goal that you desire. As much as your goal is important or your result is important, the path at which leads you to that goal also matters. You may say that the word only needs the result, but today the word asks how you get there. They want to know how. Take us through, describe what has happened in that journey or what you've been through. You don't want to say, oh, I bribed my way through it, or I just took advantage of somebody to be able to get to where I was able to get to. No, it requires faithfulness, it requires consistency. People want to see how truthful that you have been able to get to that particular position. If you are faithful on the path that leads to your goal, At the end of the day, you will have this peace within you that is beyond what words could explain. But if you have to be cunning about your path, the path that leads to purpose, at the end of the day, you might be good, you might be gifted, talented in that area, but something will stand in your way if you get there in an unlawful way. Something will always stand in your way. You begin to see some things that would take you back. There will always be an obstacle because it is not a truthful journey. You want to cover a lie with a lie, and then the cycle goes on. Before you know it, you have that passion. You are talented in that field that you want to go into, but those things will then hinder you from being able to achieve that particular thing. But if the path that you are going through is a truthful path, that road is a faithful one, even as much as you go closer, it might be difficult, it might be stressful, or it might be hard. You may almost want to give up because it is not an easy thing for a truthful person to achieve something. There will always be an obstacle. There will always be that temptations to say that, you better do it this way. If you don't do it this way, you will not get to where you want to get. Yes, those temptations will be there, but if you are able to overcome those temptations that may present themselves on your way to achieving your goal, by the time you achieve your goal, you are the most peaceful person ever. You feel the peace from within. You are satisfied in your spirit. You don't have to look over your shoulder and think, will somebody find out what I did? Will somebody know how I got here? Will somebody actually, tell, what I have done to be able to get to where I am? That is not to say that we've not made mistakes in our life. Yes, mistakes are there. Yeah, there is room for that actually. But what then did you do to correct those mistakes? Did you use a lie to cover up for a lie? Do you use a bad deeds to cover the bad one already? Or instead, did you just completely leave that path, the untruthful path that would give you a life of unrest? Would you just leave those behind and then follow the path of peace, that you may, whatever that is coming your way, you know that you're going to tackle it as much as it comes your way, and you're going to get to where you desire, where you want to be? I would want you to take the second person's advice, that I am passionate about it, but I will use the resource that I have wisely and diligently, so that I can get, or I can move from where I am. That is an action. You want to use what you have to move, to take you to the next level. You don't just want to jump the gun from where you are right now to achieving the goal without going through a process or bribing your way through. You're making that conscious effort. You're moving to the next level. And when you get to the next level, you are also gathering that resources, to move into the next level until you are able to achieve your goal. And that is the path that you want to go to. So I do not know what your plans are or what your goals are, for the year 2023, because we're moving into that year now. And I don't know which way people have told you to go through, but I want you to know that it pays to go through the path of truth, because it gives you rest of mind. And there is something that you cannot buy. You can buy any other thing. You can buy position, you can buy power, but what you cannot buy is what sustains those things that you've been able to buy. So what will sustain it? What is the sustenance for it? Do you want to keep bribing your way until forever? No, it wouldn't work that way. You want to sit back and go on the path of truth. Yes, it is not something easy, but you will get there, and you would know eventually that it pays to go through the path of truth. So till I see you again next week, it's going to be Christmas on Sunday. Let me be the first person to wish you Merry Christmas and have a wonderful, wonderful celebration. And I will see you again in 2 weeks' time, because next week, Monday, will also be celebration. Yeah, so please have fun, enjoy yourself, and we will see you again. But make sure that as much as you make your plans for the year 2023, ensure that you go through the path that gives you peace and rest of mind, where you can be proud of yourself and the path that got you the result that you wanted, or that you have been hoping for, or that you were able to get. So till I see you again next week, enjoy yourself and have a wonderful, wonderful celebration. Bye now.